Welcome back to another Trading Fibs video. Today we're at video number 3 on the Andrews Pitchfork, implementing that strategy with our Elliott wave new wave theory count to help us have more conviction on our accounts. I know counting waves can be very intimidating, so I've found that maybe this Pitchfork might help with rallies and wave changes for different degrees of waves. So we have started since Sunday. We followed 3 charts: Nvda, US dollar Japanese yen spot, and the micro e-minis futures. So today's video number 3, and we're going to start in the same sequence with Nvda and track our progress. Last night we said we gave 2 scenarios. We said that it's possibly that well, first of all, there's some targets that I took down I need to put up real quick. I did change the count a little bit since last night, just to show everybody we have an intermediate A. This is wrong here. A major triangle, A, B, C, D, E. So this is A, B, and our C for intermediate is complete. We made a primary A. At the moment, we're sharing a B right here, but I have a hunch that we're in a triangle pattern, and this B is going to be slid over here. Now, I knew because we had this correction down here past 61.8, we were looking for a triangle anyways. I thought it was here, but we may have 2. Maybe there's one here and here. It's not common that on such a big degree that we share such a small correction. So I'm looking for a bigger correction for this primary B. But anyways, I have labeled it at the moment here, and we're looking for 2 or 3 degrees of C up. Okay. So at the moment, since we have this A in the primary, we will take this measurement here. And it looks like right now we're bouncing around the 138.2, pretty much the same scenario what I said yesterday. But if it holds, we're on the bullish side of the pitchfork above the median. So I was thinking maybe we consolidate alongside it until we hit the 161.8 and then come down. Or we go ahead and try to hit the top side of the pitchfork. And we still need to reach that 161.8 because we would have been broke the 138.2. So that's what I'm trying to get at, is that once we break this 138.2, we have to reach 161.8 somehow, whether we follow along the median or the top side, and then it'll break down. Now, what are we correcting? Well, that's the question. Because this primary B is here, and I'm not so sure about it, we will at least correct the major degree and intermediate degree. So at the moment, let me take down everything but those 2 fibs that we are in range with. I don't need that one either. Okay, now let's put the corrections retracement fibs up, and that will be just from this small wave right here. I don't want to do anything further because I still have some kind of conviction that this might be a triangle pattern playing out, where this might be an A, B, C, D, E, something like that, and this primary B will be over here. So let's get these let's do it with the C complete at the 161.8 up here. So if that's the case, your first correction would be back down to pretty much where it's at right now, the 23% at 172.151, the 38.2 at 168.13, the 50% at 164.88, the 61.8 at 161.632, and yeah, this would be a trend change line on a smaller degree here, which would be a minor degree. So anything past that would be a trend change from this correction, and we'd be correcting a bigger degree. Okay. So now I'm going to change this up then a little bit. I think. Let me think. Let me put these corrections back up real quick. Well, oh, yeah, that's what I wanted to do. So these fibs that are up here right now are from the primary measurement of the primary A in purple. I wanted to take a measurement of the major degree A, and notice that we have an overlapping fib here at 161.8. Hopefully you can see that these two fibs overlap. I'm going to zoom in here, these two here. So that's telling me that it's probably where we're going to end up heading to. So that's why I put those corrections up there earlier, and I'm going to go ahead and leave those up there now. So yeah, so I'm going to shorten up this retracement from last night. I'm going to go ahead and put it on a 50% because I think that we may be in a triangle. So I'm going to do that. So we'll just do the 50%. Remember I said that in triangles you'll see a lot, it's more common you see 50% retracements, but that's the only time I use the 50% fib. Okay, let's move to the US dollar Japanese yen. No, yeah, that's right. Oh, wait, let me go back. I had it on the wrong time frame. Not that it really matters, but I don't want to confuse everybody. So let me put it back to the 30-minute time frame real quick. You can get a little bit closer view. Let's zoom out first and then we'll zoom in. I did it because you can't fit everything in on the screen. So let's just zoom in on this second move of a primary move in a major C. Okay, let's zoom in on that. So there's your pitchfork median. Here's your fib that we're trying to get to, I believe. This 123 could hold, but that's why I gave you these 50% retracements here. Can't see them now on the shorter time frame, smaller time frame, but that's where I drew them at, is pretty much your target for 50%. So A, B, C up here. All right. So this is 30-minute time frame now. Okay, so now let's go to the US dollar Japanese yen. So for Nvda, it seems like everything is the same as last night's video as far as being on track for that. Now, the US dollar, I said yesterday, I said that we'd probably keep following within this pitchfork at Wednesday at noon. I think I called out a time that we would start to decline to this 50% target. Well, it looks like we already broke out of it today. So with this move right here. Now, the question is that move over? I was anticipating that with this bigger correction, we were you should see 3 swings. I just don't think we got 3 swings in this that kind of fits our time frame that I'm looking for. So let's zoom in just a little bit more, see what this correction gave us. All right, looks like it went past the 23.6 and not quite to the 38.2. So I'm thinking that, let me do a quick measurement here real quick on this. Okay, I'm thinking that we're gonna do some kind of consolidation here. Well, let me do one more. What was that retracement? That was a 50% retracement there. We could get 3 swings into maybe a, we can move up a little bit more, but I'm thinking we'd come back down to really finalize and test this 38.2 or even further. Okay, so let me redo this move here. Maybe we come up a little bit more to that 61.8, and then we maybe retest this 38.2, and from there can't really say for sure. Depends on how this what goes on here in the next tomorrow, okay, because it's 30-minute time frame. So I'm thinking this C is complete there now, because we are outside of the Pitchfork, quite a good distance. That's enough to say that this counts for a correction for a different degree of wave that for the same direction. Okay. The only time we need to look for a direction trend change is when we break this A here, this green line here. We go further than 145.23, then we're going different direction. So from here, that's one scenario. Let me get another one in here real quick. Let's zoom in here. Let's get a better measurement. At this moment, that is 50%. If this is an A, B, C complete, and if we're moving up, can I count this as an A, B, C? Not really, but I can count a triangle, A, B, C, D, E. So we should be starting to turn right now, back further down to complete this move to the downside. Now, that's the next scenario. If this is just an A up, B down, and we need a C up, that could be another move. That could be another scenario. So let's do that. Let's get rid of this. Measure for a C wave up here, and 123.6 and then 138.2 somewhere up to the Pitchfork. Okay. So I would say that's another move, another scenario, I mean. Let me zoom out and take a look at that. I just didn't like that this didn't get closer to 38.2. Okay, so that's why I'm thinking I'm probably more bearish at this moment than bullish. So that's why I drew out this line here. So if we do break up to the upside and retest this bottom of the Pitchfork, then it's possible we could be going higher. And I did say, even last night, I repeated that we need to be looking for maybe the 152 to 155 price range for this final move up. But I'll get more into the overall picture structure of this chart later. What was I doing here? Yeah. We just change these colors here so you can see them a little bit better. Okay, so there's our two scenarios for the US dollar, Japanese yen. Hopefully, we were able to catch, this move here today. I did say we were gonna. I think my words were that the what is that? The 261.8. That it was gonna hold. It looked like it was holding, and it sure enough did, and broke down. So, yeah, because it got so close, I went ahead and I was actually short last night, but went ahead and took some profit, and pretty much closed all of my positions. So I'm kind of just waiting to see how this is going to play out, and figure out a long entry probably. But that's it on that chart. So everything is, nothing too surprising on all the charts so far. So let's finish up on the micro E-minis. And on that one, we were doing the 4-hour time frame. Okay, so this one I had to change some things up too. Now, I said yesterday I threw out an alternate count. So I got all these in ovals here as an alternate count. Okay. Well, I think that is what's in play. So I just didn't really want to erase everything until I got the video going. So this is kind of similar to Nvda. All right, we have the A, B. I've decided the C was complete here for intermediate. So we have in yellow a major 3 waves, an intermediate 3 waves, and the start of a primary wave. Okay, so we have completed 2 degrees, looking to complete our 3rd degree. Now, this is the same scenario that I was talking about with Nvda, is that I think we might be in a triangle, because this move right here is just too small, I think, to share as a primary correction. So I do have the A here. I'm going to go ahead and put the B here, but we will move that later. I can already tell you. Okay, yeah, so I think this B is going to be out here. All right, so I think it's going to be an A and a B, or A, B, C, D, E, something like that. And then we're going to move higher. So same for Nvda. We're going to correct this smaller major degree wave here. Trying to figure out where I got this A here, where it was going. Oh, this goes, it's in the wrong spot. It's here. This is kind of over here above the C, right? Because this A, B, C makes the major degree A, and this A, B, C makes the other major degree C. So this is going to slide over, I believe. Let me just remeasure that. Yeah, at the 261 is where we're at. We're hitting it. It's getting rejected, so I think we're going to have this small correction on the major degree wave here. What is that, a 261? So I'm going to leave that one up. So now we're going to zoom in this first move of our primary wave and get some corrections here. Now we got a double bottom here with a couple wicks. I'm not going to count these wicks, alright? I'm not going to get into why, but we're just going to go ahead and just trust me on this. Alright, so our first target on the downside is our 23.6 at 62.15. The next one is 38.2, then at 61.30. And our 50% is at 63.53. 61.8 is 59.92. Now, this is going to get, triangles are so tricky. I'm going to give two scenarios. Let's see here. We're going to take this one down to the 50%. So maybe we see this come down to 50%, bounce back up, get rejected at our high price level, and then maybe try to test the top here of one of our minor degree A waves. But we're still above the primary A wave also. So this is line here is starting to get play more a significant role. So we're gonna thicken that line up so we can see it. Maybe make it a little bit more level. Okay. So I'm gonna take any move to the upside out. The other move is that it just kind of starts to go right down to retest this 57.70 level. And then if we are in a triangle, this would be what I said, A, B, C, D, E, and then we just shoot on higher. Probably test that bottom of the pitchfork there. I guess I can get a bounce there for real quick. Probably something like that, and then take off. But once this primary C wave is complete, I think we're going to have a heck of a correction. Oops. I'm just going to put it up here, but I think it's going to go higher than that. But I guess I can get a measurement real quick. So we can stay ahead of the game here. Well, there's our 200, so let's just put it up there. And then we'll slide it along the pitchfork as it's moving up. Okay, so now let's see, is that going to be a mess? Too hard to see. Okay. So yeah, this is going to be one I'm going to watch closely, because like I said, this primary B right here just doesn't make too much sense for it to be complete. So I'm thinking we get some kind of triangle, and it's, you know, hopefully you can see it. I guess I can try to draw it out here. It'd be kind of a expanding triangle, and then you kind of have it'll be a flat bottom, so higher highs and just kind of a triple bottom, or maybe a double bottom in this case. Triangles don't really have to make too much sense. So I'll put this in white. All right, well, that is it today. Like I said, everything is moving, kind of as expected. Not too many surprises. And yeah, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll have the email posted at the end here. So hope that helps. Until next time.